Hello everyone and welcome to the 16th Totally Speedway Q&A. Its publisher and editor Daniel Powell. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We've got a big announcement that's going to be happening. Hopefully tomorrow I can confirm it. So usually we are Wednesday nights, but we've gone to Tuesday nights. So I've got a very special guest that's going to be coming in, or coming either on the phone or live. So hopefully I can get that across. It's going to be tomorrow night, so hence the delay. Usually you see me on Wednesday night, but we are going to have me for Tuesday night today. So I'm not letting too much out of the bag, but it's someone pretty big, so hopefully I can get this one across the line. The hint, it's 2 wheels, and yeah, he might have, on Saturday night, a lot of people might have been watching him. So hopefully I can get this one across the line. It's going to be a big one, so that'll be the conversations program, which was meant to be tonight, but we're going to be having we've swapped them around due to crossing some T's, dotting some I's. So hopefully that can come across, and yeah, hopefully tomorrow we will be able to announce and have this special guest on. So yeah, I know it's Tuesday night, but thanks everyone for tuning in. It's really much appreciated. For the next hour, I'm going to be here to answer any of your Speedway related questions. So hit me up. Thanks guys. I've got a number of people. Reg Cobb for the Patriot Motorsport team, LA Racing Lubricants supplier. So he's recently done that. So that's cool. So they're one of our sponsors. It's going to be for tomorrow night's conversations program. So hopefully I don't want to let too much out of the bag, but yeah, really excited about this one. It's going to be a big one. But yeah, it's all going to hinge on a few things coming through. So yeah, I think you guys can guess it, but I'm not going to reveal anything until it's locked in concrete. So that's why. So, but please hit me up with any of you Speedo related questions. We've got Kim Jurian here, and Evelise straight on it, better than Lego Doily. So yeah, and yeah, hopefully that comes across. I've been working really hard. I've got a number of connections that trying to make this all happen. So that'd be pretty cool. And you being a Newcastle person or Newcastle Central Coast based, then yeah. So no, it's cool. But please, for the next hour, please tune in. Throw all your questions my way. But yeah, I'm really excited about everything. Like doing all these videos, it's a lot of fun and getting a lot of support. And everyone. But yeah, throw your questions my way. But please like, comment, and I'll do my best to answer them. When Speedo related. So thanks, David Dixon, for tuning in. Good luck this weekend. You guys have got a double header running Sean Dobson, so Premier Speedway on Saturday night, and then going up to Mildura's Timmer Speedway for the Cole Beasley Memorial on the Sunday night. So that's going to be a big win. So big weekend for you guys. Kenny Jackson, former fender bender racer. Thanks for tuning in, Kenny. Got Jake Briggs. Thanks, Jake. The story will be up tomorrow. Jason Sutton. Thanks for tuning in, Jay. Chevy Edwards. Ash DeGroot. I think that's how you say your name, Ash. So thanks for tuning in from WA. Lewis Gamble, Northern New South Wales. We've got a question here. The first question that we've got from Joshua Dingo Butler. Have we heard if Paul Morris will ever get back into a sprint car? Josh, not too sure. Paul Morris spent I remember doing an interview with him many years ago when he first stepped in. So I think he came in about 2008, 2009. And yeah, he loved Speedway. He loved racing the sprint cars. He also spent some time at the Knoxville Nationals. He ran the Knoxville National, I think it was 2013 or something like that. But it was great to have him involved in the sport. Not sure where he's at with that. I follow him on social media. He's too busy either partying or running his driver training program on the Gold Coast or out on the boat. So I'm not sure if he's still got any of his sprint car stuff, but yeah, he was certainly it was a great addition to the sport to have guys like that. So thanks Dylan Sanson for tuning in. David Parker, Matt Kennedy about modified racer. And yeah, so please guys, throw your questions my way and I'll do my best to answer them. But I'm really excited about the Speedway, still coming off the high from Jason Doyle's win on Saturday night. yeah, it was a magnificent performance. But also, like, what I also got, like, as great as it was, Jason Doyle to win the World Championship. But it was pretty awesome to see the Aussies, like, Heat 1. There was one of the riders that was eliminated, so an emergency came in, Brady Kurtz from Cowra in country New South Wales. So the redhead, I still remember him as a dirt track racer. He used to have a Finding Nemo thing on the top of his head when he was about 10 or 12, but he'd always show his talent back then as early, in his early years. But him to go out in his first heat, get the jump and take the win's pretty awesome. And then later in the night, Rowan Tungate, another Newcastle boy, he comes out as an emergency and picks up 2 wins from 2 starts. So it was pretty awesome to see. So, yeah. So we've got here, and Everly talking Newcastle boys. How was good to Rowan Tungate ride on Saturday night? 1 heat and he would have made the finals. Aussie Speedo is an awesome place. We all need to support the FIM Melbourne Speedo Grand Prix. And you must, as you were typing, I was just commenting about that, but I think on Saturday night they had around 21,000 people there. I saw a post from Wade Ornger, the commentator who was there at the venue and one of the stars of the commentary team of Speedway here in Australia. But he was pleading that we probably needed more, and in 21,000 people in a 50-odd thousand stadium, it looks relatively small. Like, I remember going back in 2002 when they had the original Speedo Grand Prix there, where it was in Australia, and it was in Stadium Australia. The Olympics had just finished, so the stadium was still huge. I don't even think they'd got rid of those big seats up on the stadium where they had the extra, because I think it was 110,000, but now its capacity is about 85,000, and I think Speedo attracted around 10,000. So it made it really didn't look too good on TV, sort of thing, having this massive stadium and then having minimal people in there. And with Etihad Stadium, 21,000 is awesome, and that's more like, I think the Classic over the whole weekend, I think it'll be around 10 to 15,000. So hopefully with that. And just to follow you, as you've got a comment, we've been last 3 years 27,000 for the first year, so I was there for that. 23 the second, and over 20 for this year. And this year, like as you were saying there, Anne, there, like it's decreased. And when we had the chance to have Jason Doyle be crowned as the Australian champion down there, and yet still had just over 20K. So I don't know. It's really strange with Australian sport in general. Like, it's even here in Sydney, everyone goes, "Oh, I don't get the crowds." Like, even rugby league, like AFL is huge down in Melbourne. They get huge crowds just for club events at the MCG. But and Melbourne's meant to be the sporting capital, which it is, not questioning that. But for Speedway, it didn't really attract as many as it should have. And there was a lot of promotion going on. So I don't know what we can do. And Wade Ornger was at a loss too in his social media commentary about this matter. So there was never a better chance to actually make it happen, having an Australian champion there. And, would have been good to get 30,000 plus at least, but to get 20 is pretty disappointing. Like, I myself wasn't down there, so I can't be a hypocrite and say that, why didn't anyone get down there? It was, we all know, hopefully the future is secured. I think the original deal was 3 years. We're up 3 years now deal. I think the biggest strength is the fact that the Australian talent coming through, and the fact that we need, it beats having to go to New Zealand. I went to, I think, 2 out of 3 of the Speedway Grand Prix that were held in New Zealand before it was announced for Australia. And that was all well and good, but and having an Australian needs to be in Australia. We've got so much talent. We've got the defending Australian champion. We've had 6 over the history of the World Championships. We've had 6 Australian riders. We've had Jason Crump. He's a living legend in terms of Speedway circles. So Australia needs to have the Speedway Grand Prix, but at the same time, the sport needs to support it. We need to have all these people coming in, and I'm at a loss. We can just keep promoting, and do our best to try and get people down there, sort of thing. But it did make it hard for the weekend. It was very expensive. There was a lot of, I think, horse racing and things like that on. So, but it's once a year. It's not every weekend. So I think people cannot complain about the costs. So yeah, but the most important thing is that Jason Doyle won. It's hopefully more people, but at the end of the day, it needs to have a return in terms of being profitability. I think the strongest thing is the fact that we've got a defending champion in Jason Doyle, we've got Chris Holder, and we've got all this talent coming through. So, like in Brady Kurtz, we've got Max Frick, who was injured, Sam Masters, Ron Tungate, Brady Kurtz, all those guys. It was great to see Davey Watt have his final ride in Australia at a World Speedway Grand Prix round. So, yeah, so hopefully, that can change and we can get some more. But please like, comment, share, guys. The more interaction, the more viewers that we can get. Thanks once again. Just to give you guys an update. Usually we're Wednesday night doing the live Q&A, but we've got hopefully a special guest that I can get across the line for tomorrow night. Not fingers crossed that we can make that happen. But it's gonna be a big guest, and it's obviously related to a guy from Newcastle that done something pretty special on Saturday night. So hopefully I can get that across the line. I'm gonna try my best. I've got a number of contacts, and we're gonna get it across the line. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So we've got a next question here. Ken Hutchins, he's a sprint car owner out of Victoria. Thanks, Ken, for your question. What Americans do we have coming over this year? Well, we know for a fact Brad Sweet's not coming. I think it's easier to name who's not coming than actually is coming, because nothing's been officially confirmed as such. So we know Brad Sweet's definitely not coming for the Roos brothers. Brad Sweet's partner's having a baby in early July, so that's not happening. We know that Casey Kane's not coming back. He won't be running for the Steve Corn racing team. That's definitely not happening. Donny Shots back at Brisbane's Archfield Speedway in Queensland hasn't been confirmed. We've got the World Finals for the World of Outlaws happening this coming weekend. So hopefully everything will be confirmed once they get through the World Finals and all that. But in terms of drivers, nothing has been confirmed. There was rumour that Christopher Bell was coming out. It's pretty awesome to see that guy that can pull a slide job in a NASCAR. It's pretty awesome to see the other week. So hopefully that'll come to fruition. He came out a couple of years. He's been awesome in the speed cars. We definitely know Rico Abreu. It's not coming. We know in New Zealand that Shane Stewart and Tony Stewart are actually going to be running over in New Zealand. Kyle Larson's going to be running a midget over there. We don't really have anything confirmed in terms of American races. So, hopefully they can turn around. So, we've got a question here. Mike Bridge, how's James McFadden going to go in Jack Lee's car at Premier this weekend? Is the driver or the car that makes the win? Mark, interesting question. The General Jack Lee's car is a good friend of James McFadden, so he's just up the road at Terrain where McFadden's at Allensford, near Warrnambool's Premier Speedway. It's a good car. I saw that nomination, the list that was released today. It's just getting some laps. So I think it's going to be a good thing. James probably might help the General with some advice with the car too. That might help. So getting James to get behind the wheel, get that before he jumps into the Monty Motorsport team car. So, he'll get some early laps. The General will be able to have James in the car to get some feedback. But Jack Lee's certainly shown a lot of promise in recent years, a lot of form. His consistency obviously is not one of his strong points at the moment. Hopefully getting on World Series, he's signed there with that. But I think, James, there's no reason why he can't win it. The Jack Lee's car is no junk, so it's good. It's good. It's good gear. And, hopefully the track's good at Premier. It's not too locked down, but, will be interesting to see but there's certainly a stellar field that's going down there. Grant Anderson, who recently come back from his American trip, he's one of the nominations, and you've got Sean Dobson and David Dixon Motorsport cars. So, so hopefully, James will be up there because the car's good and a good driver, good car. So it's a good combination. So I've got here Daryl Hodgkins. My granddad is Chuck Hodgkins. What do you know about him? I am Dale Hodgson. What 2 speedos did I promote? Dale, I'm not too sure. Thanks for your question, but we've got so not too sure, but I'll do some research. So yeah, I don't know too much about Chuck Hodgkins, but being a student of the game, of the Speedway game, I'll do my best I'll do some research and I can get back to you. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your question. Reg Colbert just saying here in regards to the no momentum leading up to it to make it harder for the viewer. I think there was a fair bit of I don't know, but being Speedway people, it's hard. I know I saw a lot about it. I followed the Speedway Grand Prix, so yeah, so it's hard to point the finger in regards to what they did right and what they did wrong, sort of thing. They're like, from a media point of view, from my point of view, this is not having a go at anyone, but just saying that there was no contact from anyone in regards to naturally having a big media organisation like Totally Speedway and a huge audience. There was no contact from them to me in terms of promotion, and obviously having a huge audience here in Australia and a brand, but they did do some advertising with Oval Express in their magazine. So yeah, they did a little bit, but yeah, maybe that could have helped. I'm not saying that it would have been the answer, sort of thing. So yeah, so with that, so in terms of the promotion, I'm not sure if that's Speedo Grand Prix or Etihad Stadium themselves look up, which I think it's Etihad Stadium with that. So yeah, there was some opportunities that probably missed. As Ken Hutchins right, in Melbourne, we had nothing in the media. All I seen was a sign on the freeway. Yeah, so in terms of getting the media across, maybe they missed the mark. They did a little bit there, but yeah, who knows, sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully for next year they can do that differently. We've got a world champion to promote now, so yeah. Rich Colbert's got a question. Is the LA Lubricants conversations program tomorrow night? Yes, it definitely is, Reg. So that's coming. That's going to be there. I've got Joshua. Donnie is confirmed. So they said on Saturday night. Okay, so I haven't seen anything actually written, like a media release or anything like that on the Archfield thing. So it's good that Donnie is confirmed. So they said on Saturday night they've been promoting the tracks. So, thanks Ben Nicastri for joining in. Good luck for the rest of the season with the late model. Daniel saying, mate, done really well. I had a great start to the season, so thanks for tuning in. Tony Powell, Lismore track creator and Grafton Speedo track creator, and the talented photographer as well. Thanks, Lee Burke, for tuning in, Berkey. I got a question, another one. And Everly, so we've got here, do you think we should have had a blackout date for Speedway across the country so everyone could have gone? That's an interesting question, in regards to you're saying in regards to the Speedo Grand Prix, of course. Would they do that? Because they could do that, but would they do it? Like bikes and 4-wheel categories, sort of thing like that. There's a number of sprint car drivers that didn't race at Sydney's Valvoline Raceway. There's Jackson Delamont who forego racing, and he went down and watched the Speedo Grand Prix. So there's a few people there, but in terms of blackout, you've got Motorcycling Australia controls Speedo motorcycles, where Speedo Australia controls all the 4-wheels. So in terms of blacking out the whole country, that'd be good in theory, Anne, but I don't think it would work, sort of thing, because telling people other tracks what they can and can't do, you've been in this game long enough, and to know that that's not going to sit well, sort of thing. Yeah. And I remember actually speaking to a number of the tracks, a number of prominent promoters, and speaking to them about that, and they were saying, we tried to work with the tracks to try and do cross promotion, but there wasn't really much uptake from that point of view. So so we've got here Tony Hunter went to the Speedo Grand Prix this year, awesome meeting, but so many other sports on at the time. It's hard. There's only so many weekends. We've got to fit the World Speedo Grand Prix around the rest of the world. Obviously, Australia was the final round, so that's the biggest trek that they did. It's either at the start of the Speedo Grand Prix or the end. So we can't we're not going to be, Speedo Grand Prix is not going to be round 6 of a 12-round series. Is going to be a venture to Australia. They want to either start it there or they'll finish it there. So it's either one or the other sort of thing with that. So hopefully we can, people just need to support it. So I understand it costs a lot of money, and people saying, okay, I'll go along to it, but it makes it tough. But the support that we've had for Jason Doyle, I'm sure not everyone can get there, but now he's a world champion. It's the first in 5 years. Chris Holder was the 2012 Speedo Grand Prix champion. He was the last for Australia to do that. So there's no easy fix. I know it all sounds well when everyone's Speedo working together, but we can't all just hold hands and sing Kumbaya. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But I think it's awesome, and hopefully we can talk to, hopefully we'll have my guest tomorrow night. Hopefully that comes to fruition. We can talk to him and get his thoughts and what he thinks that what Australian Speedo can do, because in the 1920s, Australian Speedo, there was the birthplace of Speedo motorcycles. So with that was at the Maitland Showground in New South Wales, which is fittingly near Newcastle, where Jason Doyle was become the world champion. So hopefully we can talk about more positive things. I know the crowd was disappointed, but how awesome was it to have one of our own in Jason Doyle steal that crown? But the best thing, I touched on this on Sunday's weekend review, was the fact of how awesome it was to see him competing, not competing, but actually at the bar at the casino, in the Melbourne Crown Casino, in his gold levers, celebrating with everyone and just amongst the fans. And that's one of the beauty about this sport. I love Speedo because, although it's grassroots and it's not going to be the highs and lows and the highs of MotoGP or Formula One or anything like that, but it's professional, but at the same time it's still grassroots enough. So it's pretty awesome to see Jason Doyle being carried around, getting photos. I put one photo up on social media with Stephen Lyons' new crew chief in Dave Sharman there. So it's pretty awesome that he was getting up close and personal with everyone. So well done, Doyley, and hopefully we'll be talking tomorrow night. So we've got here, thanks for the people, Joshua Rose, V8 Modified race, he had a top 10 finish at Archerfield on the weekend, so well done with that. Nick Knight, another V8 Modified racer. Mitch Randall, another V8 Modified. Gary Hayen, Team Curran. We've got Craig McAllister, New South Wales-based Modified Sedan racer. But Stacey Sayer, the mother of Daniel Sayer. Thanks, Stacey, for tuning in. Rod and Lisa Edwards from the Modifieds. So from the late model, Jason Sutton chimes in with a question. Thanks, Jason, for your question. Think you should get back to Western Australia this year? I was going to be coming, Jason, to answer that question. I was going to be coming from the Brian Rose, but I wasn't feasible in terms of being able to time, money, and all that sort of thing. So hopefully I can get over later in the season. So that's pretty awesome. I love all you guys over there. It's really awesome. And WA is an awesome state. A lot of great racing. It was great to see. There was another thing that I wanted to speak about was the fact that the AHG series, they were meant to run on Saturday night, but they were running on Sunday night. What they did, or what the Perth Motorplex did with the Power Palooza, I reckon that was awesome. And the feedback, like Jason, you made a comment about how awesome the racing was. There was a lot of what about Tom Payet in the speed cars? He went out there and he was leading the first 13 laps and unfortunately had a DNF. And Dane Kingshot went on to win. He defeated Michael Pickens, who was driving for Graham Jones. I think that was awesome to see. But what about one of the highlights that I think from that meeting? Obviously, I wasn't there because it was on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast here. The fact of seeing Sean Bradford, he didn't really even rate a mention in the preview media release. He was like a line at the bottom saying, other drivers competing, but he went out there and took everyone to town and scored an epic win over Andrew Priolo, who in a career best driver, and Jamie Mialo, the multiple HG Series champion himself. But he went out there, he's doing a scaled back run this season and ended up taking away the win. So that was a big up yours to everyone that doubted him, sort of thing. So he went out first night and blitzed him. He's running a scaled back schedule this season due to budget, but it was awesome to see. What I also loved seeing was the top three being interviewed like they do at the football at a table. I think that was really good. That's going to create a lot of emotion, especially if there's an incident out on the track and a fighting over a podium spot or an earlier race. It's going to be interesting to see the tensions there. And I think all tracks should do that, with social media. Everyone's got a phone. I'm using a webcam at the moment. So, I reckon it was really cool, all the top three answering questions from the people and them all sitting there. And, it was great to get those emotions because we get it straight after the feature race. We don't expect them days after the cool down. We get raw emotion. And I think that's something that all tracks, especially at big events like World Series, it should be something that they should be doing a Facebook Live straight after the events. That'd be awesome. So I saw that, and kudos to the Perth Motorplex and the AXG promotions for doing that. So, and also the Dirt Track Nutters, I loved. They're a fan group, and what they also did with going around doing all the live videos. It's just awesome to see. But a tip for them when they're doing the videos, just something that I wanted to. But the person that's doing the video, please let people like myself, because I didn't know who they were talking to. So it was awesome. They were going around chatting to everyone, and it was really cool to see. But being a East Coaster, I know a lot of the cars, but there were certain people that I had no idea who you were talking to. So if you could just introduce the people, or just letting people know who you're talking to, and then that'd be awesome. But top job, guys, and top coverage, and it's really cool to see for someone that can't be over here on the East Coast and pays close attention to the West Coast. So with that, I've got a question here. Joshua Butler, you might have to spill the beans for tomorrow night. Well, I'll do that when it's confirmed. I don't want to but you can read between the lines, sort of thing. Thanks, Scott Whittle, for joining. We've got Mitch Randall, 30 modifieds for Lismore Speedway in Northern New South Wales this weekend. Pretty sweet. Yeah, Mitch, hopefully you're amongst the nominations. But Lismore's always been the key, or the main hub for V8 Jet modifieds in Australia. You've produced, guys like Steve Robinson, Stu Robinson, Stuart Hearn. Then you've had Steve Robinson. Sorry, not Stu Robinson. He's a former Super Sedan racer from way back at Maitland. So, and then you've got Mark Robinson in recent years. So it's really awesome to see V8 Jet modified still thriving. They struggle, for double figures in a lot of places. So it's good to see in 30 modifieds, and it's great that they got the sportsman deal as well. So with that, we've got Ben Griffin, one of the regulars. Thanks, Ben, for tuning in. Rowan Stiletto. Rowan, let us know what you guys are doing. Is Morse going to be running? Tim Morse, the multiple Australian team, are going to be running for you guys again. So, so we've got that. Please, write in the comments below. But please, guys, like, comment, shares. We've got about half an hour to go. Just to update everyone, usually I'm doing the live Q&A on a Wednesday night. We've had to reschedule. This is slotted for the LA Racing Lubricants Conversations program, where hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get someone pretty special in for tomorrow, either on the phone or live. I'll see what we can do. Even if we can't do Wednesday, I'm going to do it for you guys, the audience. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see. So, fingers crossed. So, hopefully get that through. So we've got Craig McAllister. Do you think I'll have a race engine by the 11th, mate? Well, Craig, you can answer that. I'm not sure. You let me know your situation, and I'll flip a coin and let you know if you will or not. So Brock Atkins, young modified sedan racer. Thanks for tuning in, Brock. Blake Darcy. When you get that wingless sprint out, Blake, I haven't seen her. Too busy painting trucks and all those sort of things. So, and then we've got Nathan O'Reilly. I've got a question here. Do you believe if a driver is swearing during a track interview, like what happened at the Plex on Sunday, they should get a fine or deduct points? I think Nathan, that's an interesting point. Like, some drivers should be professional enough to bite their tongue. I remember a number of years ago, Benny Bishop was interviewing Dylan Wilshire, and Dylan Wilshire, and that was at Premier Speedo for the Formula 500, so I think it was around their series. And Benny went to interview him. Then as soon as he got on there, he said such and such is an F, beep 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 sort of thing, and Benny pulled it away, sort of thing like that. And that's where drivers. I know you're caught up in the heat of the moment. We've all been not a very good racer, but I've been a racer for 5 seconds. So you all get caught up in the moment, but you can't be getting on the track interview and swearing. But a lot of that comes down to the commentator themselves, knowing when you look at a driver and know that there's the red mist in his eyes and he's going to kill someone. Like, let him calm down. Don't. I know it's hard sometimes, in the heat of the moment. So maybe it all comes down to the commentator, the infield commentator, and whether they pick, and give the time thing. I know these drivers don't intentionally want to swear, but it can happen, sort of thing. It's going to happen. I remember it's happened many times, but I think it all comes down to the track infield commentator picking the moments. I think that's a big thing. And I know these drivers, they get caught up in the moment, but I think it all comes down to the commentator at the end of it. So Jason Sutton here, that was me on GTN. Thanks for the great tip. No worries, Jace. Thanks for taking it on board, mate. I love what you do. So that was just something when I was watching it, because I'm looking at all these people and you're talking, because you know everyone over there. I don't. So I think it was cool to see. So keep it up, Jason. Love your work. I've got Ben Griffin here, one of the regulars. Hello, Dan. V8 Jet Modified's Lord Mayor's Cup at Lismore Speedo this coming Saturday night. We've received 30 nominations. It's going to be one hell of a show. I was just speaking with Mitch Randall, and he said the same thing. So we've touched on that, and thanks for your enthusiasm and for the Lord Mayor's Cup. So we've got a number of other guests coming on here. Brock Gartner, wingless sprint racer. Adrian Lawrence, current Victorian Junior Standard Saloon champion. Luke Brown, Damien McAllister, he's the current New South Wales production sedan champion. We've got Nick Tatnell, who's a wingless sprint racer out of Sydney. Thanks, Nick, for tuning in. Mitch Randall's just commenting. Pilot the McCulkin family car again this again, mate. We're on it. So good luck, Mitch, and hopefully you can have a good run. You certainly showed a lot of promise out there in the limited runs. So we've got Brady Roberts. Thanks, Brady, for tuning in. What are you racing these days? You're still racing modified sedans, Brady? I remember you back in the street sedan days and junior street sedans. So hopefully you're getting back out on the track. But please, guys. So we've got just under half an hour. We've got Stacey Galliford. Thanks, Stace, for tuning in, and good luck for this weekend. You're competing at Mildura for the opening round of the All-Star 360 series, so that'll be really cool, and hopefully you have a good run there. So I think you ran 5th in the SA 360 titles, so you're getting plenty of laps, young lady. You're doing really well, so keep it up. Proud of you. So it only seems like yesterday that you debuted that Nissan Pulsar Junior Sedan. It must have been about 10 years ago, a long time ago. So showing how old I am now, God. So with that, but please, guys, like, comment, share. That's what I'm here for. Repping my Toby Bowen hat. So he's even signed it. You can see there. I'll turn the other way. To Dan, Toby Bowen. Sorry. So he's even signed it. So thanks. This is a pretty cool piece of merchandise. Not because I'm wearing it, just because I'm wearing it. But I think it's pretty cool, and it's something that you could wear around the street to the beach or something like that. It's not known as entirely Speedway sort of thing. So. I've got here Terry Mullock, thanks for tuning. Richard Gardner, thanks for tuning. Stacey Galvin, hey, thanks, me too. Oh my God, makes you feel so hot. Now you know how I feel. So Michael Neer, thanks, Michael. Love your P1 merchandise, mate. I saw that today up on Facebook. So we've got Sam Wren. Sam, what are you doing this season? Are you going to be running in the sprint cars? Or, you had a big wreck at Warrnambool last year, or last season sort of thing. So hopefully you get back out there, mate, because you're doing really well. I got Jacob Jetson from Tasmania, Junior Sedans. Thanks, Jacob, for tuning in. But please like, comment, share with this in regards to that. We've got some people in the background, some of the people that I work around being there in the background. But yeah, but thanks guys for everyone for tuning in. We've got just under we've just got under an hour or under half an hour to go. But yeah, please like, comment, share, and yeah, build it up. But yeah, thanks Richard. Thanks Matt Hardy, former Australian AMCA national champion and current Queensland and New South Wales AMCA national champion. So Matt, good luck for the rest of the season. I think you ran 4th on the weekend. So hopefully you and Hard Rock, your dad, Russ Hardy, can move closer up the front and get back that winning feeling. So I've got a question here from Craig McAllister. So we've got here, he's from Goulburn in New South Wales, Southern Tablelands of New South Wales. Goulburn Speedo is running the Frank McCastry Memorial on the 11th of November at Goulburn Speedo. Daniel, hoping for a good showing of production sedan support. Do you think Ben McCastry can win this event? Yes, definitely. So it's a huge event. I remember going to the Frank McCastry Memorial. Oh, it would have been years. It must have been in the mid-90s. I was about 12. So this event's been around a long time. It's one of Goulburn Speedos in Southern Tablelands of New South Wales. It's one of their biggest events. So yeah, there's no reason why Ben McCastry is in great form. He ran 3rd in the opening show. He was running up the front. The last show, obviously, the feature race was cancelled due to the Adam Hourigan 14 sprint car crash at Valvoline Raceway. So there's no reason that Ben has got a new car this year. He's done some racing over in America. So yeah, with that. So no, good luck for that. That's on the 11th. If you guys want to contact me and let me know, and I can help with the promotion of it. So that's what I'm here for. That's what Totally Speedway is here for. That's what Red Line Media is here for as well. So yeah. So with that, but yeah, guys, in terms of things that we've got coming up, so hopefully the Conversations program, supported by LA Racing Lubricants, is going to go ahead tomorrow. If we don't have this special guest, we're going to have another person, but hopefully we can get this across. He done something pretty magic on Saturday night and partied well into the night, and something to do with a gold race levers. So yeah, that'll give you the hint. But hopefully I can get that one across the line. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully we might be able to sneak him here into my workplace, or we get him live over the phone hookup. So yeah, with that. But please, guys, like, comment, share. I know I say that a lot, but throw your questions, Speedo related questions my way. We've got the World Finals for the World of Outlaws that's going to be run this weekend. And that's, Donny Schatz has pretty much wrapped up the World of Outlaws Championship yet again. I think that's World of Outlaws Championship number, 11 now. I think it's 11, something like that. So, yeah, I think Steve Kinser's got 20. So, Donny Schatz is still in his early 40s. So, he's got plenty of years ahead of him. He doesn't look like slowing down anytime soon. So, we've got with that. Thanks. Josh Downs for tuning in. Thanks, Nathan Durston. He's recently made a return to AMCA Nationals, so great to see you back, Nathan, with that. And hopefully, you can run up your former podium finisher in Queensland title, so in the AMCA Nationals. So, yeah, hopefully with that. But please, we've got just over 20 minutes. I'm just going to share it on my social media page. Just bear with me. I'm just going to share this on there. But yeah, but I'm really excited about Premier Speedway this weekend. So they're running their first show. I'm just going to share this with that. But yeah, just to give you guys an update, obviously, usually Totally Speedo's conversation program is going to be running, was usually running at this time, but due to us getting hopefully a special guest, fingers crossed, so we've switched them around. So usually it's Wednesday night, but we're going to Tuesday tonight. We've got here, just going to share this now. Thanks everyone, we had nearly 1,000 people views already, sort of thing. That's pretty awesome to see for someone just doing what he loves and promoting. I've got here just 2 seconds. I've got a comment here from Jacob Jetson. Cranes Combined Carrick Speedway in Tassie should be good this Saturday night. 104 nominations in total. 32 junior sedans nominated. It's a 50th year anniversary, I'm pretty sure. Good stuff. Yeah, I've heard about that, Jacob, and it's really awesome. Tasmania is obviously one of the small, like a small state sort of thing, but it's really rich when it comes to Speedway to have 104 nominations for such a small state, and you've got 3 tracks. I think Tasmania, I think it's 7 hours from, was it 7 or 8 hours? Maybe my Tasmanian viewers can confirm that. Was about 7-8 hours from top to bottom in terms of Tassie, but yeah, I know it's from Hobart to Launceston, it's about 2 hours. So yeah, if you guys got that one, so I think it'll be like 6 or 8. So my Tassie viewers, please, with that. And then we've got but Carrick Speedway. It's awesome to see 104 nominations. Carrick Speedway run a tight show. It's a club run show where the other 2 are promoted based tracks. So with that, so we've got some other, but yeah, good luck for the 50th year anniversary for the Carrick Speedway Club, and that's testament to their longevity. To get 50 years is an awesome achievement, and hopefully the weather's kind and everyone can have some great racing. So there's a great team down there. So I think we've got a few more people tuning in. Josh Roos from the Roos Brothers Racing team. Got Mike Birchard, he's the owner of the NT number 14 Wingless Sprint. Darren Larson. Happy birthday, Darren, for the other day. Stephen Allen, his Lightning Sprint Compact Speed Car Racer. Corey Jetson. So guys, so please, throw your question down. We don't have too much time left. So tomorrow night we'll have the Conversations program, so that's supported by LA Racing Lubricants. But once again, please, guys, like, comment, share. The more audience that we can get. But please throw your questions my way. We've got Jake Smith. He's a 410 sprint car racer, so hopefully you're running at Premier Speedway on Saturday night, Jake, and hopefully you can have a good run there. So but please, throw your questions. We don't have too much time left, Speedo related. In terms of what I wanted, we put a poll up earlier today in regards to when you want to have this conversation program. Like, do you want it on Monday? Do you want it on Tuesday? Do you want it on Wednesday? Do you want it on Thursday? Like, please, guys, like, this is for you, this program, and obviously there's people that watch it, so it's no one not watching it. So obviously people enjoy it, listening to me ramble on. Obviously not for the full hour. I wouldn't be able to handle that either. So, but in terms of let me know. Please comment below and let us know. We've got a poll on our Facebook page asking people what day they would like to have it. I'm in favour from a personal point of view. I reckon it should be a Monday. So we've got the weekend previews. So we have that Friday afternoon for the weekend preview. Then Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, we have the weekend wrap up. Then Monday, I'm thinking the live Q&A. Wednesday, we have every fortnight sort of thing. We have the conversations program. But I want to hear what you guys want. This is your program, not mine, because without you guys, I'm wasting my time. So, let me know, your time slot sort of thing. Is it too early? Is it too late? Let me know your thoughts, because this is for you guys. So, with that, we've got a question here from Ben Griffin, one of our regular viewers. Thanks, Ben, for tuning in and for your input. Thoughts: should everyone in the pits have a Speedway Australia license? Well, this, I'm like, it's the peak body for Australian Speedway. So if you want to run at a Speedway Australia track, well, you got to be licensed, or you pay that extra money. So I think just let it be, sort of thing. Like, everyone should have in the pits. It's for safety. It's a safety sort of thing. If you don't want to abide by the safety, don't come in the pits. Pay your entry and walk through the gate. and sit in the stands. If you want to be in the pits, there's rules, there's regulations. Same reason like you can't run out to the track. Like as a spectator, you cannot enter the premises. Same when you go to a football game. You cannot enter the premises or you get fined. You are there as a spectator. You're not there as the main thing. So I think there should be regulations too. If you want to enter the pits, you've got to be licensed or you pay a big sum for it. So it's all about trying to get, like I've been to places like Warrnambool and I'm in the pits regularly sort of thing as part of my job. But I think the pits should be regulated. It's hard to regulate. There's some people that have no business being in the pits. They get in the way, so they can be hit. There's even theft that goes on, and they're just letting anyone into the pits. So anyone can come in there, and there's been thieves amongst it. They're everywhere sort of thing. But drivers have had their wallets stolen over the years, and it still keeps on happening. Things get stolen, like you see on Facebook. People going, pick up a generator or something, or torch, tools, they get stolen. So, the pits should be regulated more. So there's just people in there actually racing sort of things. So, yeah. So Ben, I reckon, it's a good thing that they have that in there, but I don't believe that everyone should be in there sort of thing. So, yeah. So we've got, I've got another question, Stephen Allen. What are your thoughts on the pre-program racing at Parramatta? Well, you get a lot of racing in, but I don't personally agree with it, especially with the track. It does a lot of harm in the track, especially with daylight saving now. You're saving now, having that into the amount of racing that's gone on pre-program sort of thing, like what it does to the track, like especially at Valvoline Raceway. All depends on what's running sort of thing. So I'm glad that they get a lot of the heats out of the road early in the program. They're doing that as a time thing, so then we don't have any races cut short. So I can see why they're doing it. So there's a lot of, when I was there the other week at Valvoline Raceway when they had the wingless sprints, and it was 50 plus wingless sprints. All the heat racing was done by 7 o'clock, and there was about 2 rounds of 5 heat races, so it's a lot of racing that gone on, but the track held up pretty good. So the weather was pretty cold that night. But I think it done really good, especially if there's a lot of pre-program. They're just trying to clear the program so there's no delays in the main program and the racers don't get their races cut. But I think it was an awesome thing what the late models have done now. The New South Wales Late Model Club have done at Valvoline Raceway now. They have introduced where they do time trials, 1 round of heats and a feature race. As a lot of the competitors said, they said, I'd rather get a 30-lap feature race than get 2 rounds of heats. So they do their time trials, which they merge. So they get hot laps, time trials, so you can go in there, test something out, what works, what doesn't work sort of thing. Then get one round of heats. It's pretty cutthroat sort of format, one of Outlaws format as it is, but you get the sprint cars, but they would rather they'd rather get a 30-lap feature than get 2 rounds of heats. So so I think that's really awesome. This Saturday night, due to the feature race being cancelled when Adam Hourigan had his crash, they're having a double feature race on Saturday night. So the late model's going to be running on Saturday night, and they're going to have a twin feature race. So, and then you've got here Stephen Allen has got 20 minutes between heats is just too quick. Steve, from that point of view, from a competitor's point of view, you don't have time, especially if you have damage or anything like that between the heats. And it is what it is. If you want to run at Parramatta and you want to be on their program and you turn up with 50 cars, like just for the wingless, for example, it's going to be tough sort of thing. So I can just comment on what I saw the other week. I wasn't out there on Saturday night at our Valvoline Raceway, but getting to they're just doing it to save time. So and there should be time, but that should come to management too, in terms of organising everything, and it's working to them to try and get a quick turnaround. I can say, and that's the joys of being a support program sort of thing. You're always going to play second fiddle. Tim Smith, the current Queensland Production Sedan champion and New South Wales #2 in Production Sedan. So thanks, Tim, for tuning in. So we've got another, and Steve May, former advertising guy at Valvoline. So thanks, Steve, for tuning in. Also, thanks for all your feedback and your input, because I know it's coming from a good place. So I always appreciate your critiquing of what I do. So still got to get that backdrop, and I've got to find a light. I've got lights, but now it's shining. So it's not. So with that, I've got a question here. Anthony McLean, one of the regulars that we get on here. I saw a meme from a US Facebook site saying sprint car racing, sprint cars is racing, but dirt modifieds were SHIT. Do you think there is a hate like that in Australia in regards to different divisions, or just in the US? Yeah, I don't. I think there's a lot of respect amongst other classes. The more that people understand it and see it, there's a lot of respect. For example, Timmy Reedy, he tells me, he goes, I love watching street stocks. I love watching street stocks too, because the amount of racing stars like Jamie Alfield, Jason Alfield, and then you've got Anthony Bear, Brad McClure, all those guys, that's awesome. Then you got Mike Jennings, and then you've got, and so it's pretty awesome to see. So I don't think there's the hate. I think there's a mutual respect where you see a guy like Marty Perovich, who's raced sprint cars since he was 16, so 20 odd years now. And he purchased a late model. He's going to race late models. So it's going to be cool to see. So I think there's not the hate in America that there is, that Australia doesn't have the hate the Americans have, sort of things. But it's kind of like football teams. You've got your favourite team. You've got your favourite footy teams with that, and you follow and you don't like. So it's the same with Speedway. You're going to have these love-hate sort of relationships where everyone, there's a lot of the sprint cars, everyone's mad sprint cars and hates everything else. When they're with the support divisions, they all go to the toilet and have a toilet break. So, but that's just the way it is. But good racing will get respect. Good quality fields, like everyone was talking about the Australian Street Stock Title having 140 nominations 2 seasons ago at Redline's, Ballarat's Redline Raceway. So, yeah, with that. So I think, there's not that hate sort of thing that we have there. So I've got here Speedo 360. Thanks, Steve, for your input. Love it, mate. John Benson, hopefully you had a good birthday the other day. Thanks, Kerry Mason, for tuning in. So, guys, we're pretty much close to the end now. We've got a couple of minutes to go. So, firstly, just wanted to once again let people know, people that have tuned in and went, why you want on a Tuesday night, just wanted to elaborate. We're trying to get someone that done something pretty special on Saturday night, 2 wheels. So as part of the Conversations program, so that's brought to you by LA Racing Lubricants. So that's for tomorrow night. So I'm hopefully getting that across the line. So we've switched the Conversations program to switch it over from, Conversation was going to be Tuesday night, but then I've switched it over to Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night with the Conversations program. Hopefully we can have this guy done, 2 wheels sort of thing. So wait and see, fingers crossed, and toes, but I'm not going to get my feet up and show you. So with that, but so that's why you're seeing us at the moment. So guys, just once, I know I say this a lot, but thanks once again for all the support and everything like that. And then really appreciate it, and please like, comment, share. Any feedback, hit me straight between the eyes. As I've said before, I'm the type of guy that's motivated more by criticism than praise. So thanks very much doing that. Then we've got a few more comments. Is it the winners of the block? Well, no, Ben. So and Steve May, I'm going home soon. So that's why I don't have a partner, because no one would put up with me working back so late and doing that sort of thing. So so with that, thanks guys. We'll call it tonight. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll have all this confirmed and we can make it happen. For the Conversations program, if we were not able to get this particular 2-wheel person in, I will have someone else. So second playing second fiddle. So we've got a backup plan. So yeah, so tomorrow night's conversations program, so presented by LA Racing Lubricants, that will be hopefully run. Yeah, we'll have some big news. So guys, call it for now. Thanks once again for tuning in. Please like, comment, share. Please give me your feedback if you want me to talk about anything in particular. You can even send in a private message if you want your question answered without it going live. So yeah, please, thanks once again for everyone for tuning in. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow night, either way, with the LA Racing Lubricants conversation program with myself, Totally Speedway's Daniel Powell. So hopefully we'll do that. And then Friday we'll be doing the weekend preview. There's plenty of racing going on. And then we're back Sunday. And then, yeah, please let me know in terms of what you want to do in terms of when you want to have this conversation, have this Q&A program. So that's cool. All right, guys, hopefully I'll speak to you guys tomorrow night. Thanks once again for tuning in, the engagement. It's really much appreciated. Without you guys, I don't have a program. So, yeah, and the numbers are growing, so obviously people are enjoying it. But please, yeah, hit me with any feedback, good or bad. Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow night for the conversations program supported by LA Racing Lubricants. Thanks, guys. See ya.